Yo, welcome back, you winners. It is me, Lonely. We are going to be talking about Gen Z, and I am part of Gen Z. I am 19 years old, so I am part of Prime Gen Z, sadly. But we are going to be looking at a video that is more talking about on why Gen Z kind of sucks, and I kind of agree with that statement that Gen Z can be extremely entitled, and that we really don't know what suffering is compared to other generations. I'm not saying that people don't suffer, especially Gen Z, but we really have not suffered as much as millennials have, or especially our veterans, people that fight in wars and stuff like that. But I will say that Gen Z, especially more America, Gen Z, complain a lot about very minor things that isn't very necessary, especially for work. I don't know. But let's just hop into this video and see why I'm saying this. It's just a cringy girl on TikTok. I know she doesn't represent all of Gen Z, but it's a good majority of it.
So I just got yelled at for asking a very reasonable question. So I'm applying to go somewhere, and I just wanted to know, are there accommodations for people who struggle with time blindness and being on time, And then the person I was with interrupted and acted like I was asking something else, and then when we were done, they actually started yelling at me and saying that accommodations for time blindness doesn't exist, and if you struggle with being on time, you'll never be able to get a job.
First off, I just want to say time blindness does not exist. It is not an actual medical condition that is under the medical books. But man, she started crying when the actual person started saying you won't find a job when you need accommodations to even get to work on time, which is extremely true because the company doesn't need you. You need them. They could always replace you and find somebody else who will either work for less money or for more time than you. I just find it very stupid and very entitled that you think, oh, the company needs me. They really need what I can offer. Even though they don't really need you, they just find it more convenient to hire somebody else. Plus, I find it very amusing how during this whole time she's semi-filming herself crying while doing it. Look, it's fine if you cry on camera, I don't mind, but most of the time when people do this, they're just looking for attention. And when I say this, I don't mean this in the meanest way possible, but my god, these types of people can be the most annoying types of people to even be friends with, because they will always start drama for no reason and just get into other things that is very annoying.
Provided you're trying your absolute best to be there. And then they're like, your stupid generation wants to destroy the workplace. And yeah, I think that a culture where workers are just cut off because they struggle with being on time, when there's other solutions that we can look to, I think that just anybody who thinks it's okay to just treat people like that, yeah, that culture needs to be dismantled. And then I asked that person, how can you feel good about yourself upholding this kind of system? And then to think I'm entitled. No, if people think it's okay to treat others like this, that's entitlement.
I will agree with the mindset that your stupid generation is trying to destroy the workplace. I will say that is not completely wrong, but it is not completely right either, because what Gen Z is trying to do is they're trying to find more of a way to find working more comfortable and more manageable, because old working conditions can be very bad and very power hungry at times. But at the same time, I feel like she's over exaggerating what the person said completely, because it could have been that she was getting mad and she could have been extremely emotional by what the person said for not trying to accommodate what she says she's struggling for being on time. But the thing is, it is not a mental disorder or anything that is mentally wrong because you're being late. That's just because on your part. Sometimes things happen, maybe traffic happens, maybe something along the way happens, but you have to take accountability for coming in late and not blaming something else for causing you to come in late. And I completely get that, because I've been late to work sometimes because of either traffic, car breaking down, something like that. But the thing is, I take complete accountability for what happened, and I will say that sometimes working with millennials can be very annoying. But sometimes that's the way of how you act in the workplace. Plus, I will say this girl is being such a hypocrite, because, well, she's calling the person who wants to uphold this type of system entitled. But the thing is, they're just working for money just just trying to get to day to day. You don't know what type of life that person holds either. And you're being very selfish and entitled just thinking for yourself and making a stupid TikTok trying to ridicule that person. And I get that you're mad, but this ain't the way to go. Ask them why they're being like that, and ask why they don't want to help people like you. Maybe you're just dumb in general. I don't know, but it's just, I don't understand that there's no such thing as like time loss or anything dumb like that. It's just you didn't make it on time because either you planned horribly on your part or you're lazy or whatever. But just take accountability. That's the one thing that this generation kind of lacks, to be honest. Nobody takes accountability. Nobody gets consequences for their actions, stuff like that. I don't know. That's really what I just wanted to talk about today, honestly. Peace.